Now we are going to talk about a different sector which has been buzzing off late, and the spotlight is cement. Obviously, of course, the earnings season is also kicking off with TCS today, and in a bit we will be hearing from cement companies. In addition, there's a very interesting report that Jefferies put out on ACC and Ambuja, specifically on those two stocks. Jefferies said that the focus going forward from here will be just margin, margin and margin. Now that's Jefferies' point of view. But let's bring in another expert. Navin Sahadeo of Edelweiss is with us to give us his take on the cement sector. Navin, thank you for joining in. Now, first things first, the monsoon season is behind us. Now we start getting a sense of factual demand on ground, how dispatches are going to be, how volumes are going to be. What are your channel checks indicating? Is demand picking up?
Of course, I think the most recent channel check feedback that we are getting is extremely encouraging, especially for the month of September. I think volume across regions, the feedback that we are getting is that they are entering, they're not just reversing the negative trend, but in fact are entering a positive trend, and that too a pretty strong one. So, of course, we don't get these region-wise numbers reported officially, but our sense is that most of the regions, barring South, I think are entering into a positive territory of at least mid-single-digit kind of a growth, which I think in the current scenario is extremely encouraging.
Okay, Navin, hi, good afternoon. So, there's obviously Shree Cement, which is the leader and commands the highest valuation, and then there's Ultratech. But today, of course, we have seen a move in names like ACC, Ambuja, etc. What's your pecking order?
Yeah, so Ambuja, in the large cap space, Ambuja is certainly our top pick at this point in time, followed by ACC and then Ultratech.
Okay, so Ambuja, ACC and Ultratech in that order. So then let me ask you about this this whole talk of, sharp focus on margins that we are hearing within ACC and Ambuja. What is your general take on margin improvement? How are raw material costs looking, and what should we expect on some of these bigger players?
Right, so margin take, as in my take on margin, especially for ACC Ambuja, is first and foremost is that there is a change of leadership that has happened there, in the sense that since the beginning of this year, from February, there's a new India CEO being appointed, Neeraj Akhoury, who is now driving the entire focus on margins. And if our understanding is that there are enough levers for both ACC and Ambuja to really leverage on to expand margins. It could be in the areas of logistics, where these two companies can work more synergistically and save on the logistic costs. Then waste heat recovery, according to me, is a huge opportunity, in the sense, if I could just give an example, both ACC and Ambuja put together have waste heat recoveries of a mere 14.5 megawatt. Whereas Shree Cement has 180 megawatt, Ultratech has 150 megawatt. So I see a huge opportunity for the next 2-3 years if they can drive this waste heat recovery program well. And apart from that, they are also showing volume visibility, in the sense that there is within 6 months you have Ambuja a project coming up. So apart from the fixed cost apportionment, which happens better, even the variable cost focus through power and fuel and logistics, I think can clearly be instrumental in driving up the margins.
Okay, do you have coverage on Dalmia, Navin?
No, sorry. No, I don't have an official coverage. Of course, we have a view, but don't know officially. I can't comment on that.
Okay, and any other mid cap which looks interesting from the space?
Yeah, I think we have been a big fan of JK Cement as a story for a while now, and that company continues to deliver much better in terms of not just their volumes, but also in terms of their overall efficiency and mix. So they have just about completed 40% of their expansion, as in 40% of their existing capacity they added just a few months back. So as we speak, that company is really throwing up. I think we're expecting some really strong volume growth in upwards of 20% for the quarter, and even for the month, if I'm not wrong, they would be in upwards of 25-30%, given the benefits of new capex. The other structural point why we like JK is that on a sustainable basis, you're seeing its regional mix improving, as in South as a region, their exposure is going to reduce, and North and Center as a good region is going to increase. Second is their kiln mix or efficiency mix, because of new capacities or upgrading old capacities. That is a structural improvement that we are likely to see there as we go along. So both these things are structural in nature, which will lead to huge cost savings and of course the volume kicker that will come along. So that story, I think we continue to maintain it as our favorite mid-cap pick.
Okay, so lots of ideas there. ACC on the large cap side, JK Cement on the mid cap side. Good talking to you. Thank you so much for thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. That was a helpful interaction, and we look forward to more of those in the weeks to come as well. With those thoughts on cement, we do have to take a very quick break.